Welcome, Marcus Man Adventures. As always, I'm Scott. I know it's been a while since I put out a video, and today I got something different. You may have seen this in the background of some of my videos. This is my neighbor's, I think it's a 91 Toyota Liteace import from Toyota, or from Japan. I'm guessing Japan anyways. If you look over here, it's missing something. It is right-hand drive, and what we're gonna be working on today is it's got, figure out how to keep this up, the kickstand and all that stuff is, but it's gonna be a pain in the ass. If you look way over there where you can't get to anything, there's a turbo. I need to pull a turbo off. So like literally nothing, it's gonna be easy. And all this up over here is easy to get to. Injection pump, the front, the fans, all this stuff, but no easy way to get to the turbo. Unless there's some access panels over there or something. I don't know, but maybe this other sheet comes up. I'll have to look. We'll figure that out. But yeah, so we got is new turbo here. That one, I guess, was eating oil. So instead of having to rebuild, we got a new turbo we're gonna put on. It doesn't have any of the, if you want to go over on the other side to open the other door, but that doesn't work. It doesn't happen on there. So I don't know how much of the doghouse is or anything. I think this is all solid firewall, batteries over there, but yeah, we gotta pull that out too because it needs a charge. So I'm gonna look and see if the seat on the other side pulls up. I don't think it does. Oh, there's panels. I wonder if it just bolts off. So I might start pulling things apart here and see how much. I'm gonna pull the whole deck lid off and all that. But yeah, that's what we're doing today. We got to figure out how to get into this turbo. It should be right, conveniently placed right there. So thinking, you know, we got to pull the oil drain off, the bracket there, exhaust manifold, exhaust bracket there. Yeah, we're gonna do through is get some, we're gonna lube it down good. Everything looks pretty good. I was afraid that we're gonna have some, what do you call it, issues with rust or something like that, but everything seems to be fine. Yeah, everything this may come off easy. It's gonna be kind of finicky, but I'll get some zip and start hitting it with lube to get everything off, and yeah, we'll go, and then I'll update you as I figure things out. All right, later. All right, so in order to get this all the way off, the scarpet needs to come off, and to do that I had to take the seat base off first. There's 3 screws there, and then there was this part here had 4 screws in there. They went 1, 2, 3, 4, and then there was this C-clip that goes right there, and then looks like we got 2 bolts here for the seat back, another one for that there. I think they're gonna be 16, so we go grab it. All right, now we should be able to take and wrap everything up over. Okay, pull back, and now I have access to these hinges. That's what I was trying to get to. Let's get all those hinges so I can pull this off and get it out of the way. So that's going to be a 12. I really need to get my damn tripod set up so I stop around this thing with a freaking one hand, but it is what it is. So So the reason I'm doing all that is I got to get all of this disconnected because there's another bigger panel that I can take off over there. It may be kind of a pain in the butt, but I think it's gonna be worth it. Maybe not. Maybe that was a waste of my time, but like this whole section, I think comes off, but Jesus, and I got this part pulled off. I don't know if it's worth it. I don't know if I can get to the turbo from down there anyway, so I think I have to pull all this off because the turbo sits right there and I pretty much can't get to it from the bottom, so that's why I just have to keep going forward with what I'm doing. Yep, I think I do. All right, so let's just move forward. Looks like I need to pull this cover off here and this bracket, all that stuff. So we're just going to keep moving it. I'm just going to time lapse all this stuff until I get to something that's important, and we'll go from there. All right. All right, so I guess once you pull these two bolts undo the studs here, if you look on the bracket on the seat, it has to be slid back. I guess either there's another one or not. Nope, it just, okay. So that's pretty good to know. You lift it up and it just, so all this good is just locks into that channel. Easy enough. Oh, okay, good. All right, so next thing is that one there. All right, let's go back to time lapse. Of stuff connected to this, so what I'm going to do right now is just see if I can undo all these bolts and see how much movement I can get, just because I don't need the whole thing gone. I just need to get to the brackets, and if I need to make more space, I will start disconnecting things. And like, just it looks like all I need to do is disconnect yeah, brake cable, all that stuff. We'll see what I can do with just keeping everything connected. So first things first, we're going to take and disconnect all the bolts and see how much movement I get out of this cover with all that stuff connected. Okay, so it looks like next thing I'm gonna do, got the panel off here, a lot more room. Let's see here. All right, so there's a little turret ski right there. We have oil cooler lines, looks like here. So, but first let's get my intake and the boost line here undone. So yeah, we'll get those taken care of, and all right, go from there. So yeah, I think after this I'm just gonna do I can't really see where everything's mounted still. All right, you have to get a light, and we'll start looking around here a little bit, see if I can't get to stuff. I know I need to get to the, pull the turbo off there, or the exhaust off the back of the turbo, and the flanges are here. It looks like it's gonna be a pain in the butt, but maybe I can get this, get these off, and get this off. I'll be able to get to those a little bit easier. So we're getting closer. All right, so let me do that. Give me a second. Here we go. Alright, so it's 12 millimeter on that for anyone keeping track. Sure, there's not a washer there. Alright. Okay. Put that one back once I get the tube off. Where did it go? Need to get a wrench for there. I'll be right back. All right, we got 10 millimeter here. Send that one up. Send that one up. And then I can get one there. All right. So this is the intake. Looks like there's another one down there. I have to get that on a ratchet, it looks like. But see here, let's go ahead and grab that one over there just to get it loose end. All right, we got a bracket. Okay, we got a 10 millimeter right there. It's on the brackets. Let's go ahead and grab that one. I think there's another one over there. Let's get a ratchet. That is not a 10 millimeter. Of course, I don't have a ratcheting 12 millimeter somehow. Okay. I got loose there. Where's my pliers at? Alright, go ahead and grab these tubes that's here. So I need to get to intakes, like right down here. Not certain what this is right here. The bracket for oil line, it looks like. But let's get, this is I think that's the oil line. So it's probably have oil in it. Well, speaking of, I need to take and pull the power off this so I don't accidentally start the battery. It's probably a 10, but I got a 12 on here, so yeah. How did they put that even on there? So. Oh, that is the right side. There we go. Sorry, just thought about that. Don't need to, from here on out, accidentally try and kick over the motor. So, there we go. Disconnected from there. Okay. Right. I need to take that off there. Like, how were those put on? That is like in the worst possible spot. Maybe it's because it wasn't put on from up here. It was just taken on, put on with the bracket. See here. I knew it. I should have known better with having that shield on there. Let's even go on, period. I think you got light. Yeah, I'm not going to get to those right now. So let's go ahead and disconnect this line here. That's not cool. That's antifreeze. Was not expecting that one. All right. Turbo's cooled. That's cool. All right. So now I need to find get wire on. Damn. All right, so I got this angled wire. All right, this here. And I don't think these are going to work for that. Nope. Bent the wrong type of way. This is fun. This is so fun. All right, I'm just juggle this off camera. So, next thing is going to be this hose right here, if I can get to it. I'll use your boost reference. I'm just guessing. I have really no idea. This is going to the turbo, and it seems like it would be what it is. Then we get to that band clamp for the intake. can, but it doesn't look like I can actually get any movement out of it. Huh. So let's see if I can get. Huh. Ah, God damn it. All right, let's try for the bracket there. $12mm. If I get the impact or the okay, got one. One there. Maybe I should. All right, I gotta go underneath and see what that line is first. See what I need to do. I don't know where that goes. If it goes to the turbo. Let me see. All right, give me a second. Let me get that line broken loose first. I should be able to get it from the bottom easier. Alright, give me a second here. Alright, I'm down here. Okay, that line is not easy to get to from anywhere. I might have to actually get it from up there. But it is a like 16. How's it going? Like, I do not know what size that is. And there is no good way to get to it. All right, so it's not that one, it's 17. 17 or 18. There we go. God damn it. I think it moved, maybe. All right, let's get them down.
Oh, hi.
Hi. I gotta get underneath there.
Oh man, that is crazy. Oh. Smells weird.
All right, definitely moving.
Look inside. Yeah, I know it's something. No. Look here. Ooh. See, it's back. Bam! What? I saw a shape back there that was broken up. That's because he did that.
Yeah, I had to take the seats out so I could get to the. Whew. Like, there is no. I do not know how you would get this at all. Like, this is. Oh, got a little bit more movement. Yes, sir.
You know that weed here?
Huh?
Tumbleweed here.
Tumbleweed?
Yeah. It's under the yellow one.
Who's tumbleweed?
Okay.
Oh, okay.
By the way, he has his collar on.
Yeah. All right, I want to fight with this thing off camera, and then we'll go from there. All right. Okay, so that bracket's off. Now I can get the other one, maybe, off. Well, I guess, well, I don't know why I undid that. Because really, it should have all stayed together. Whatever. The next thing is see if I can't get this piece off, I think. Oh, talking to the camera. Alright, so that bracket there, bracket there. Maybe it's all one piece. We just undo that there. Find my dang pliers again. There you go. What's that? Makes sense, all one piece. Maybe I'll do this one here. It's easier to get to. Yes, sir. Huh? I'm losing. is loose. Good. All right. So,
what part are you working on now?
so I'm trying to get the turbo off, but right now I'm just getting the intakes off, or I'm trying to get the intake tube off at the moment.
You're gonna put another one on?
A new turbo? Yep, I'm gonna put a new turbo on so that it'll run better.
So you're taking it off?
Yeah, I'll be taking the old turbo off. Yeah. Oops, sorry. All right, maybe get that with something. I don't know. Need. Maybe if I pull those off, I will be able to. There we go. Yes, sir.
I found a license plate.
Yeah.
It's green and white.
In the garage. Yeah, I have lots of license plates in the garage. Stop fiddling with this and I can.
heavy log.
Yeah, I see that. All right. So, sorry, kind of got involved. These all kind of, I soaked them down. I was able to get, they're all 14 millimeter nuts. So I'll get those off. Then there's the, so those came off top. Took the heat shield off, and that's 12 millimeters. Get two from, actually it's easier just to get all of them from the bottom. I'll kind of show you. I got involved from getting stuff. I forgot what the last thing I showed from up here, so let's go down there. I do need to grab pliers. I need a bunch of these things. This turbo's about ready to come off, I think, but I'm not 100%. So, okay guys, yeah, all my freaking lights are getting charged, but there is this support bracket that sits between up here, like so, like that. Sits here, boom, right there, and right there. 14 millimeter, 10 millimeter, or 12, 10 millimeter on that one. Then there's the 14. I saw those take off. I think that was it on those. Oh, then the two rear turbo flange bolts up here are pretty easy from back here. So I just took those off from here. You can see where the studs are at. They came off pretty easy. So last thing I think I have is this support bracket for the exhaust right here. And honestly, if I'm kicking it off with, god damn it, not quite small enough to go just directly underneath this thing all the way. With this or those two right there, and it should just kind of pivot out of the way. I think it'd be easier. So it looks like it's 14 millimeters right here and here. I think I'll just do that instead of trying to finagle this one here. So 14 millimeter. I think that's what I got. That's a 12. 14 is, yep, all right. It's currently loaded up on this. Just go under. I'll find you a spot to. All right, well, you're gonna have to deal with this shot, I think, because that's the best as I can do. Right there. I think her, no, right there, right there, right here, around there somewhere. All right, it's like right here. So I think that's the right size. Damn it. Alright, so I need to reload that with a freaking regular 14 millimeter. On. Yeah, anyways, it's these bolts right here, and I'm done with this shit. Yeah, whatever. So I went ahead and just used 12 millimeter, open that up. I thought it was gonna be harder because it was strapped, but it just opened up, and then that's good. So I'm gonna put those back on after I get this dropped. Let's go over and get the freaking exhaust dropped, and probably gonna have a turbo coming down with it. Let's see what happens here. Oh, I still got a freaking, damn it. Got overzealous because I still need to, I guess I'll just undo, well, let's see what happens here. All right, let's just put this right here and see what happens. Well, turbo's still on there somehow. What is it still hooked to? That's fun. Must be still. All right. Is there another sitting on the oil manifold there, maybe? All right, I'm gonna do some more finagling and I'll. So just figured it out. I'm gonna have to take them all off, take the manifold off. It looks like the exhaust manifold itself off, which is fun. You know, that's a thing that everyone wants to be able to do. Just take an exhaust freaking manifold off. So that's 14s. If I'm lucky, I'll be able to get to them all with the ratchet. Because the only one that I'm kind of worried about is that one back there. The other ones I think I actually easily can get to them with the ratchet. So we got a 2-inch extension wherever that's at now. Alright, yep, that's all I need was just get the damn manifold out. We got exhaust gasket in one piece. That's good. Okay. And turbo is probably better going the other way, because it wants to go that way anyways. And it's still connected to the oil cooler down there anyway, so we'll get that disconnected and we'll get it dropped out. Alright, and turbo. Alright, so we are in a pseudo standstill here. Turbo is out. I don't know how much of that I got videotaped, but it is out. But we are going to be fixing these manifolds, not me. We're gonna be getting them out, sending them out to get them fixed. A guy I know through Facebook, so he's gonna fix them, but yeah, they're cracked pretty good, so we're gonna send them out. He's gonna re-weld them. Normally, if that's my stuff, I would do it, but those are some unobtainium parts, and I don't want to be responsible for that. Something that I do, a lot of. So yeah, so we're gonna do that. One thing it looks like I'm gonna have to redo is clock the turbo, until here where it's sitting. But yeah, it's not too hard. Undo that, loosen it, and spin it, and reorient it so that everything's sitting normal. But right now, the other thing I found is this is the new turbo. This arm's a bit longer, and this nipple that the actuator for the wastegate comes on, it comes over here from this freaking reference, is not on this one. And this type that's on here, I don't know if you can see from the bottom side here, but it's like brazed or something. So my solution is I'm going to take and cut it off and weld it on to that one. Should be fine. But yeah, let's go ahead and get this done. So first thing, take and measure this one first. And see where we're at and match the length on the new one. So I'll cut this here, and then we'll cut an equal amount to make it where I can weld it on. I'm gonna try and keep it, just stitch weld it on with it and keep it nice and cool. So that's where we're at. What the world? Yeah, battery's low. Alright, right back. on this needs to be a marker. Alright, so we're looking at total length of 1 5/16. So 1 inch and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5/16. There you go, 1 5/16. It's total length. Where'd the piece go? There it is. So pull off here. Enough. Alright. So pretty much need to get it to there. Alright. Okay. So cut on. Hey, you two, knock it off. That was dumb. There. Cut through the freaking, oh god. Alright, everything should be lined up. We got it, I think, pretty flush there. I'm just going to take and put a couple tacks on each end and then move it to where I can weld it a little bit easier. Hopefully this works. I don't tack it to my freaking, how about that? My vice grips. Alright. There we go. Alright, I did tack it to the vice grips a little bit, but we're good. Okay, now let's get something to cover that so I don't screw up the turbo. Give me a second. We got. Be right back. Alright, that should do it. Wrap it up in a welding sleeve. Around a couple of bead. should be good on that. Alright. Alright, now I'm going to try and get the turbo to... let's throw it on my impact real fast. Yep. Reclock it a little bit. Shouldn't take that much to, they're both loose. I don't want to take it apart. I just want to be able to clock it. Let me get my soft blow. That's all I should have to do to be able to get this thing to spin. There we go. Just loosen that, but I don't want them to go too far. I don't want to take it apart. I don't want to do all that. I just want to be able to spin the turbo. Doesn't seem to want to do that though. Alright, there we go. Okay, we're getting loosened up now. Maybe I misunderstood how this goes up. Just be able to just take and spin this, loosen these, and then once these are loose, spin just this part. All right, let's take it apart, see what I can do here. Much bigger deal than that. Huh. Okay, so it looks like it has two different marks. Got that one, but that doesn't work either. Oh, wonderful. It's got that pin right there. It says 2 pins right there. See? I have to drill a hole? I don't know. Alright, so we got everything adjusted in. Sorry, don't know what's going on here, but yeah, I didn't record anything. But I got to pull a couple studs out of the on the sides. It's got on this one we got on one side we got block off plate, and on this one we got studs on both sides. So double nut, and then should just, yep, just like that. Okay. Couple more. I think there's like one more mounting stud somewhere that you need to pull off of this one over here. Here we go, this one. So I think I can do the same thing. Pull that off. That over there. We got this mounting stud here. This is for the I will even start that's enough. But yeah, I think it's for the mount for the the pedestal for the turbo. Let's get these couple more of these things off of here. That's got to go on the block off plate. So grab me another bolt there after I pull this. Then I think we're good with the turbo. We might see what time it is, and then if I can salvage this. Nope. Yeah, this gasket is not going to let me salvage it, so I'll have to just use RTV, let it set up and all that good shit. Yeah. Okay. So it's all pulled off, that's pulled off. Alright. Let's go grab that other exhaust nut off of there from out of here. I saw one. I think this one will work. Hopefully. Alright, get a 12 millimeter, maybe. I haven't used any 11, so it's got to be a 12. Get two 12s actually. Another one. Thirteen, 11, 13. I have so many 13 millimeters. It's kind of ridiculous. It was 13, 13, 13, 13. I have no 12s. And 11. I have a whole bunch of 11s too. 14, 14. Do I only have one 12 millimeter? No, I gotta have 12. There you go. This one will work. Okay. All right. Let's pull. Let's get this on down a few more turns. I think it's gonna be a little more pain in the ass to get the let's hope this one works. Yet. All right. Ooh, looks like I broke loose the stud, so that's good. Just there we go. All right, good. Like a lot easier than I was expecting. But that is a method too. When you're trying to loosen something, tighten it a little bit first. All right, so make sure I put this on in the right spot. Right here, it looks like. tighten up with the top bolt. There we go. And then you, once again, hold the top one. And then loosen without trying to turn the stud itself. Just kind of a pain in the ass. There we go. Okay. And we'll put this one back on the right way. That's where it goes. Alright, and then you need to put some gasket maker on here. I'll make sure I get everything resituated. Clean this off a bit. Put that there. And I'm gonna put that there. And these two go here. Like that. Alright. And that should be it. I need to find these two here. But alright. Let's go ahead and throw. That's our oil return. Alright, no, that can go over here because that's the new turbo. This is the old turbo, but I need to put stuff on that. Maybe I should put this in with the new turbo stuff. Yeah, like that. That will keep from being confusing. There we go. All right. Okay. Oh, I was trying to figure out what the hell this yellow bottle. That's what I was using to when I cooled the when I welded. That's what I used to cool the bracket. Okay. Don't need to take those off. You take those off. Take those what I'm pointing out and thinking about this and that. You've got everything off the turbo. Okay. Let's hold on to that. Put it in the box. Okay. Alright, so I think we're good for now. I might go ahead and hit the we'll put this in that bag. Put that in that bag of parts. That's not my stuff. Look there. Okay. I might clean up my hands a bit and do some RTV stuff. That way I get all of those put on. Leave the cooler line, the oil drain line off for the time being because that needs to stay off to put the turbo in and out. Let's grab my wrenches here though, and my ratchet, and this here, and this, and this. I'm gonna put this in the truck or the van. Luckily the door is still open because my hands are dirty now. Alright. This van hasn't been that hard to work on. It's been decent since I got with all this stuff out. Put that there. I might have seen that stud there. Wonder if I should try and take that apart, or just go ahead and put, yeah, I probably should at some point, but not right now. Alright, okay, cool. Yeah, that's it for now. Let's turn this off. I'm gonna put stuff away, welder and all that good shit. And then if I decide to put the caps on, I might show that, but actually I'm not gonna show. I'm just gonna tell you it's pretty damn easy to do. All you do is, I mean, like, these are machined surfaces right here. They usually have a paper gasket, but this is the gasket that came with it. And there's, I don't have anything. It doesn't fit. That's the shit part. It might work on that side. I might be able to reuse this gasket here on that side, so I might do that. But it doesn't really work on this side. So I don't know, I'll figure it out. But yeah, that's what I got going. And that's probably going to be it for today. If I do more, we'll go that far. But yeah, all right, later. All right, so let's go put our last few things on the turbo here. The exhaust housing. Let's see here. I think it should only probably go on one way. So we got that way, and we got this. What I've been at. So, see here, what is, so I'm betting these are 12 still. I wonder where my 12 millimeter is. All right, it's not on that anymore. 12 millimeter, not there, not there, not there, not there, not on that one. All right, yep, 12 millimeter. That is a 10 millimeter. Where is a 12? No, it's a 12. 14. No, it's a 14. It is a 14. All right. But that may not be the right size. Let's try a 13. Yeah, that's a 13 millimeter. Get those down really even. And where's my ratchet? Okay, ratchet is somewhere. There it is. All right. That's tight. That's tight. So tighten these down. I don't want to get it on the visually on their square. Okay, that's good. Make sure that works still. Okay. And then, alright, next thing we need to do is get the wastegate housing put on. Okay. Man, I need really okay, I need to make sure that I've got that clip. Oh man. Alright, make sure you got that in the box over here. Okay, I gotta find the clip. I knew I put it where I put it, but I don't know where it's at now. So, hold on. Whew, got lucky. Yeah, found it. My pliers. There we go. All right, that's on. Okay, and then now I gotta figure out what was that? Wrench. Okay, so got we got 4 bolts here. 3 that go here. They're all the same ish. All right, these 2 are mounting bolts. One of these goes here. That one there. 12mm. Okay. Sure. Yeah, I don't think so. I was just goofing there. Alright, so this is all put together. And put my, that needs to go down with me at the bottom, along with this. Need those two right here. These are the, right? Yep, alright. And those are both 12 millimeters as well. Yep. Okay. That needs to go down. I need to have that. So that needs as well. How do I put those just loosely on? Well, just keep that there. This here. Okay. Then that's fine too. Is that a 12 as well? Yep. All right. Okay. And then all right. The turbo. Oh, if I get my light out of there. There we go. I wonder if I, you know what? Let's see here. Pedestal. Where's the pedestal? Here's the pedestal. So it goes. Okay. That kind of down there. That. And then right a pain in the ass, but everything's on. Oil drain is on with the bracket. The freaking pedestal is on. It's mostly tight, still loose, so I can move on. That's freaking, those are on, that's on, but loose. Those brackets there are on. Next thing is oil line. I don't know if I can get, so this oil line right here, see if I can get it from the top. So that one needs to go on. Get the boost reference or boost line out of the way. But that needs to go on next. And more stuff. It's just more and more and more, more and more and more and more and more. All right, here we go. Oh, I just stopped filming because I was getting so tired of this thing. But we're together now. Turbo is in. The exhaust is fixed. Should be good to. Everything's good. No exhaust leak. So now I'm going to take and start putting the interior back together. Start with the cover here, and then I just reversed of how I took it apart. So we'll just take and do time lapse on this as well, and so we'll just start throwing everything together. Battery died, so let's make sure we're still all right. Everything's in neutral. we're all put together. Let's go ahead. Fire it up. Much quieter now. Everything all buttoned up. Alright, let's check to see. Alright. Make sure everything works still. Clutch and I've got recon. Alright, here we go. Okay, we got first, second, third, fourth, fifth. Alright. Let's see here. So we got emergency brake. Okay. I think we got everything. Alright. Okay. Alright, I think we're good. I'm calling this thing good. We'll have the customer come and we'll do a test drive on this tomorrow. But for me, I call that good. So yeah, let me get over here and get some light on here. Well, yeah, all right, so that's it for the day. Actually for this. So yeah, if you like this project, it's a new one for me. First time I've done any type of customer freaking type of stuff. So don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and share. At the end of the day, if you're not dirty, you're not doing it right. You all have a good one.